or like any advice that you would give to like producers who would listen to this?
Don't settle with something. Have what you have in mind, and be ready to negotiate. But don't kind of like let
Mm-hmm.
them do. Don't let them name their price. It's your beat. It's your work. You name the price. If they don't like it, you guys can find an agreement or settle it, or like find like a kind of negotiation with the price that works for both of you. But another thing is too, don't work with drill rappers. That's another thing. Like 90%
Dude,
of them won't pay.
that's
And
hilarious.
um yeah, and always the label should hit you up first before the song even drops. And if that don't happen and the song drops, hit up the label. Give them a little bit to answer cuz I mean labels are busy, mad artists under the label, but if it goes about like a month or two, maybe try contacting them again, but there is always like the option to take the song down, which I don't like to do because it kind of
Yeah.
seems like I'm pissed off. But when you take a song down, you really got to think about it. Like, you don't want to be like the one that gets pushed around, be like, oh, he just wants the placement. He's probably happy to have the placement. We don't even got, he's not going to take the song
Exactly.
down. Take it down. Don't let them like take advantage of you like that just because you're happy to have the placement. Because that's how you're going to start being known as that producer that's like doesn't do shit about not getting paid. And
Facts. Yeah.
it definitely goes without saying that rappers will constantly go back to the producer that doesn't care about getting paid and just cares about getting the placement because it's free basically. And I've heard of that
Facts.
happen like once or twice.
So like so then where do you come into play when it's time to talk about like royalties? Like do you is that conversation brought up before it's dropped or well obviously before it's dropped, but at what time is that conversation brought up for you if you bring it up and like what do splits look like for you, when it comes to rappers using your beats?
It would depend on the artist. It always is going to depend on the artist because if it's someone like Ken Carson, then it's going to be a lot more than someone like I don't know, like Skrilla, for example. Like there's a big popularity and money gap for that. So royalties usually it kind of just like you should probably hit up the artist about that because the artists don't really text first. But or no, not the artist, the label. The label should hit you up about the royalties and stuff and you got to find an agreement with that. But when you get royalties, always make sure you're not getting skimped out on anything and make sure they're not like taking advantage of you, especially with new producers. Like they will know kind of if you've ever had a placement before, especially if you have your placements in your bio or anything like that. If they don't see anything, they can kind of like if you don't know what you're doing, they can do whatever they want with you, and you could wind up with like $100 when it should have been like 1,000. You know what I mean? Because they
Yeah.
labels will they'll try and not spend as much money. They'll try and spend as least amount of money as they can, but who wouldn't, right? But I mean, it's messed up that they would take advantage of like new producers. But that's why I'm like telling people, always make sure that you're not being like fucked over basically and like used or taken advantage of just because you don't really know what you're doing yet.